Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Chip here once again, and I'm Sylvester here. We are back for the Maxi Toys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of New Super Mario Bros. U for the Nintendo Wii U. So last time that we actually did manage to conclude the 5th world called Soda Jungle, and today with this episode we're about to continue on and move on to the 6th world in the game, known as Rock Candy Mines, which is essentially the mountainside level. So and even then though, that we're pretty much almost done with this game already, so even then though, we're at the 6th world in the game right now, and you thought Mario Maker was hard, as was said on the Miiverse support right there, even though that, when it comes to expert difficulty anyway, for the Mario Maker, what have you. Anyway, fly Mario, fly! So, yeah, that's all I could say about the Miiverse posters you can see. Well, thanks to the upscale 1080p quality and all that. But anyway, so let's move on. So let's go ahead and get started with Rock Candy Mines -1 Fuzzy Cliff Top. And basically, as what this level suggests is that this level is filled with fuzzies. So, gee, I wonder how we can actually just bypass these fuzzies right off the bat. So, I'm guessing that in this level we actually have Yoshi. Yes, Yoshi's now been back since, even though we haven't saw Yoshi since, I'm pretty sure it was actually at, although it wasn't at Soda Jungle because we haven't got him in Soda Jungle. But I'm pretty sure it was actually Sparkling Waters, and during the, you know the Water Spout Beach level? That's how we, although, oh wait, I think I was wrong. I think it was actually Frosty Glacier, Prickly Goombas, the one with, when you're actually just about to use Yoshi for spewing out some fireball, or in this case, just trying to actually flutter jump into the second star coin and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where we actually got, where we last time saw Yoshi from. So, yeah, so, as far as you probably guys suggest until now, that the game starts to get really challenging later on, even though when we actually get into some later levels that I found for some reason it's quite easier compared to when it's actually first time players who actually own this. But anyway though. So, for the majority of those star coins we're about to be getting, I highly recommend you keep Yoshi at all times, because without it, then you probably ended up getting stuck with getting the star coins department. So you're just gonna have to be sure to actually get yourselves Yoshi at all times. So, we actually spewed out the this spare super mushroom right off the bat, so yeah, that's actually pretty swell. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a chain reaction. Awesome as is. So yeah, you can either do it just like we do, like if we actually keep ourselves at Ice Ball and then just do a chain reaction into those piranha plants so that you can actually get rid of them, or you can do it like a harder way by just simply do the normal way while actually just well, luckily though, that Yoshi can actually jump onto those fuzzies, including piranha plants as well, so that was super handy. And basically, if you actually jump onto one of those enemies, then you don't able to get hurt. The only time you actually jump off Yoshi is the fact that if you touch them onto either these two sides. So just be very cautious and be very careful for most of the time in this level. And there we go. That concludes Fuzzy Cliff Top. Overall, we didn't die on that part, even though we didn't get damaged at least once, for once. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I was going to be doing for that. Since we got 2-digit numbers, so we pretty much guarantee we might actually get a useless item, Super Mushroom. Even though it's kind of worth it, though, for certain occasions, but it's just for most of the majority of the harder levels we're about to be entering into in a moment. That, yeah. Sorry for the bit of a lack of lacking frame rate a little bit, because usually it's gone all glitchy all of a sudden, so we really do apologize for that part, so yeah. Alright, so now that the main gimmick of this world right here is the fact that second star coin contract without frick. Sorry for the bit of a lack of commentary there. Anyway, Pochi Puffer Falls, aka Rock Candy Mines 2. Which, as far as this level suggests, that we might actually encounter ourselves the next returning enemy since New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. 2. That here we have these Pokey Puffers. They are back in full force, just like how it does in the previous entries. and they're actually wandering around in the water, so that in order to actually kill them, you must able to actually just shoot either a Koopa Shell, or you can actually shoot these fireballs at him. So that's how this guy actually works when it comes to his weaknesses. So yeah. Okay, we really do apologize for that because, you know, the frame rate is, in this case, the frame rate in this level, or in this case the entire video itself, will actually start to become even much more glitchy all of a sudden. So we really do really massively apologize for that, but usually that's always happens in some HD capture footage on especially the high quality textures and all that, especially at 1080p as of now. So yeah, we really do need to fix that, so we actually just try to make it as a suitable videos, or especially the later parts of this game now. So even then though, we don't wanna like cancel this playthrough just yet, or in this case we're not gonna cancel that because we're still going to continue. But I digress though. So yeah, you notice the second star coin we've recently grabbed. All you have to do is basically just use the Koopa Shell and then just try to actually use the Koopa Shell to actually carry that underwater. So if that's the case, then we can actually just keep a hold of the Koopa Shell until we actually just use as a bowling style of Koopa Shell knocking those enemies, in this case urchins. Although alternately, you can use the old Fire Flower ability to actually get rid of them all if you wanted to. But most of the time though, especially the other players, constantly using the Koopa Shell in order to actually get themselves some extra advantage for doing that particular technique. So you can do it like as with that, or you can just use the Fire Flower in order to actually get rid of those origins. So there you go. So yeah, that's all how this level works. Basically, the poacher puff fish will actually just try to interrupt you in some case of the level. So yeah, that's how that usually works out for this level. So yeah, for this world map's gimmick is the fact that, as you can see, that we actually saw a few moments ago, is that there are two different kinds of switches. There was a blue switch and a red switch. Basically, for instance, for example, if we actually push down the blue switch, this will actually precede you into the world map itself. Like, literally, they actually just send out the blue snake blocks. So, yeah. Alright, Rock Candy Mines Tower, Grinding Stone Tower. So, this might actually be the final time to actually face off against with Boom Boom in this title, because after this first tower level, anyway, will be about to be ended, then we might actually encounter a different fight where we actually get into... Although, just like how it does in New Super Mario Bros. World 6, as well as World 8, in, you know, the DS game where we do truly talk about, is that this level actually contains two towers in this world. So, yeah, pretty simple as well. So as you can see, we actually now become a mini formation of ourselves, is because the majority of some of the star coins anyway, mostly the first one, especially the next one when we actually go in and find it, but we're not going to explain it to that until later, because, well, except for the second star coin we're about to be grabbing, it's just a matter of, it doesn't matter what form you're in though, so, yeah, that's usually how this works. Now, as for the third and final star coin, especially the first star coin, is mainly usage of the mini mushroom, and my god, that was actually pretty close to actually automatically die by those grinding stones. Yeah, you know those grinding stones we actually saw from the very beginning of the game when, assuming if we actually got ourselves the second star coin, yeah, that's how we actually just assault those guys from before. Except now that its main focus on these guys in the actual level itself, in Grinding Stone Tower. So yeah. Again, we really do apologize again, that similar to how it does it, the frame rates that has been going on has been insignificantly glitchy. Like, I think it usually happens whenever we actually set up in 1080p sometimes, especially when it comes to the YouTube capture stuff. But yeah, we need to fix that as soon as we actually get to the next part of the Rock Candy Mines. So, anyway. So, as you approach to the mini pipe, this will actually lead you to these grinding stones, which you must able to dodge. And also the third and final star coin. But that's not the end here, because if you go to the right pipe, presumably the green pipe, this will also lead you to the secret exit, because... well, if you couldn't tell, you can see the skies, meaning that this might actually be the secret route in this part. So, Yeah, let's wait until the 3-digit numbers will actually... Oh, yeah. I wonder what item we could get for 33 seconds. So, let's see how this... Well, let's see what item we could get. Again, we really do apologize of how we might actually just really? Super mushroom again? What's the point? I don't get it. Anyway, so technically speaking, when we actually did find ourselves a secret exit on that level, that sometimes you'll actually just think that we've knocked Boom Boom already, but usually we're not going to deal with him though yet, because even though we're going to come back to that level and actually deal with the last Boom Boom fight in New Super Mario Bros. U. And also the same with likes of New Super Luigi U as well, because New Super Luigi U, it focuses us the same way as it does with New Super Mario Bros. U, but a bit more tougher levels, and plus the levels themselves in New Super Luigi U is significantly shorter than New Super Mario Bros. U was. So yeah, you get the suggestions. So, yeah. So yeah, we still got some bit of a blocky nose at the moment, so our voice is kind of, my voice for that matter, seems to be kind of weird again. Because usually that's how, ah crap, I was a bit too hasty again. Anyway though. So I guess there's not much else we can actually just to talk about for this video, folks. It's just basically there are 2 technical hiccups that's been happening today, which was the 12th of October. Because first things first though, is that as you can tell already that the frame rate on the video itself constantly jigged out whenever when we actually try to set up the 1080p videos, mostly for example, which was today's episode of New Super Mario Bros. U. So I really do apologize for that, as I said. We haven't done though until tomorrow anyway. We'll need to fix it, fix everything up until when we actually decide to actually just continuate the Rock Candy Mines world itself. So yeah, we'll sort things out eventually. Alright, so here we go. Onto the red door right here. Open sesame, here we come. And also, the final time we're going to be fighting against with Boom Boom. So, I wonder what ability does he have this time. Because last time we beat him, he was actually in a giant form. But now, Kamek's going to do his final spell on him, which this means Boom Boom actually has wings. Just like how he does in Super Mario Bros. 3 occasional boss battles with Boom Boom. Now, basically for this fight is basically you're gonna have to let him dip down and just try to get to you. So even then, if you actually time your jumps right, then you should be able to actually guarantee that you might actually just go ahead and just try to strike him while he's actually getting dizzy. But even then, though, he's kind of a challenge to begin with. But honestly, when you actually do your time your jumps and whatnot, if you actually just try to strike his head, assuming if you get some recovery, then you should be able to deal with him just that. He can be a bit tricky at first glance, because usually he just flies all over the place. But, so I think that wraps every single, Boom Boom fights for now in New Super Mario Bros. U, because I think that's all of the Boom Boom fights in the entire game itself. Why did Zygarde quit One Direction? I have no idea why. But, that's just usually how this is. Even though, we are not a big fan of One Direction now, because I used to remember back in 2014, if I remember rightly, in 2015, that we kind of sort of liked it, but until when it gets to 2016, that, I personally think that the One Direction I'm not a big fan of now. But anyway, Rock Candy Mines -3, Waddle Wings Nest. And basically, for this level right here, we're actually going to be encountering a lot of Waddle Wings for this level, for this point. As well as the occasional chain chomps, which are pretty self-explanatory, is that in order to actually get rid of the chain chomps, is the fact that you need to ground pound one of those poles that actually attach into the ropes. So yeah, it's pretty simple, self-explanatory. And also, what's unique about this level? The acorn mushroom makes its appearance in this level, which is quite nice, because it makes sense, because usually the waddle wings, usually appears all over the place in this level, so, yeah. Alright, so let's carefully... Ah, shoot. We actually lost the flying squirrel ability. Well, that's fine, because in the next section, after we touch the checkpoint first, that we pretty much guarantee we're actually going to come across into this question mark block no matter what. So much so. So yeah, as far as the, I think I already mentioned this before, that, we're not a big fan of One Direction now, is because, well, simply put, they just actually quit, which that makes me feel, like, really disappointed. But yeah, at least I found Little Mix is pretty cool, though. At least as far as the songs, listed, and as well as the look of the band itself. Even then, though, that's why something I just listen to these musics nowadays, especially Black Magic and, Secret Love Song I usually loved. Yeah, because you used to actually just dance with Fluttershy whenever you just try to dance with her, Sylvester. Oh yeah, I pretty much the same to say for me, but either way. So in this last part of this level is that you have to wait until this elevator platform just goes down, and then as you approach all the way down, dodge those bunch of chain jumps and you don't want to lose your power up temporarily. So this means you're pretty much at the level just for that. And also some occasional shifting platforms right there, going for either left or right. And that's all there is to it for this level. Basically a lot of bunch of waddle wings, as well as there was actually an acorn mushroom in this level, so yeah, how about that? Sadly, no notification on that level, which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. Alright, so let's go ahead and just move on to the next level down here, which was called Light Blocks Dark Tower, aka Rock Candy Mines -4. Strangely enough though, since we actually right on this case went on this top of this balancing platform, we even know we're somehow entering this underground level syndrome, so seems pretty weird, but stupid bats. Why the bats are here? Well, luckily though, we actually got ourselves a fire flower to begin with as a spare power-up, but pretty cool stuff I suppose. So anyway, so yeah, as far as this level suggests, that it's kind of sort of reminds me of level 6-6 from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, that it features the exact same thing, but except there's no tilting motion control torch thing this time, because even though that I think that motion controls on the torch tilting is actually absent in this title, which I don't know why they actually just took that out in this game, but I digress. And as far as this level suggests that we actually have to deal with those light blocks, it kind of reminds me of something related to the secret exit route if you actually go through the New Super Mario Bros. Wii's World 5 Ghost House. That you're gonna have to use these light blocks a lot. Occasionally it'll actually turns off or turn back on, occasionally at some seconds notice. So yeah, that's how this level's gimmick works out. Again, the only way you can see the light from is to actually shoot out the fireballs, including the Starman, where you can actually just see everything as you actually got yourselves a Starman from. So yeah, that's a definitely recommendation for that power-up, so to speaking. So, yeah, pretty promising. Okay, so afterwards then we can actually just see what we try to expect it. There's going to be ball bombs in this level, and in this case in this particular section, so and also if you actually activate the question mark switch, this will actually light up the every single light on blocks. So yeah, that's how that usually this goes when it comes to this level entirely. So yeah, unfortunately I don't know how you're supposed to get up there though at the normal rate, but usually what I've always do on my practice file for this is that I constantly found myself just trying to go that way as opposed to the normal way, because I found there's no leaps of faith going up there, and unfortunately though we actually have some bit of a weird jump angles or weird jumping departments which we actually did by complete accident. So let's just go ahead and try that again. I think you have to press the either A or B button at the right time, or the 2 button if you're actually using the Wii mode setup. So yeah, and then as usual there's some fire bros at you, so in this case there are some fire bros in this level, so we're gonna have to dodge a lot of those fire bros. And the third and final star coin, you have to toss the bomb up to fire bro, even though it kills him by just only 1 hit, which is kind of strange. But anyway, I see what these bomb bombs do actually comes from. They come from the red pipe, which is pretty amusing. Alright, so let's get ourselves 7-7, aka Lucky Sevens. It's because I'm presuming if you actually get yourselves 7-7, in this case Lucky Sevens, this will actually gives you a flying scroll, in this case acorn mushroom if I remember rightly. So I'm pretty sure that's what I was trying to say until now. there we go. We actually got ourselves a spare flying squirrel power up. So yeah, how about that? Alright, so now we move on to the next level. We're not going to this little hidden level just yet though, but we'll explain more to that level until we actually end this video off. But first things first, we need to actually just to see the notifications on the Miiverse. First time kill, oh that's pretty disappointing. Alright, so Rock Candy Mines -5, Walking Piranha Plants? Really? Okay, let's just go ahead and see what this level's all about then, shall we? Yeah, we're just gonna say that right now. So I'm presuming in this level that we're actually going to come across into the returning enemies from New Super Mario Bros. Wii is the Walking Piranha Plants, and they behave exactly like how it does in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. They occasionally, if they're actually trying to stop, they'll actually try to stretch out of the neck and stuff like that if they actually just reach at one point or another. So yeah, that's how the Walking Piranha Plants actually works out in this game. They behave exactly like how it does in the, you know, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So, yeah. Now, the reason why we hit up here, in fact, we actually fly up there, is because we need to actually use the Flying Squirrel Mario for this second star coin. Because if you don't, if you actually forgetting it for the first time, then you probably notice that you might actually try to grind yourself a, either a Flying Squirrel power-up, or even a Pea Acorn power-up, which you can do like a 2 alterations of it. So, we're hoping to actually get a lot of more coins, but we actually got maxed out lives until right now, which is 99. So the third and final star coin, similar to how it does in the second star coin, we need to use a Flying Squirrel Mario for this last star coin, because obviously we can't make our way all the way there without a Flying Squirrel power-up after all. I'm quite surprised though until right now is the fact that we did not die just once in this world, which is surprising. Or in this case, I'm quite not surprised actually. Well, usually that's what I'm trying to say, because for this recent past few worlds that we actually been into, that we always seem to die just only once in each world, while the only one exception is Frosty Glacier, because usually I had some bit of trouble in that world, but honestly, that we pretty much guaranteed that we actually just do it no problem. Alright, believe it or not though, is that this level actually contains a secret exit, and how do we know that? Well, you know this it's almost near the end of the level, basically. If you actually go to the left part of the, you know, the platform that we actually hop into, then if you actually enter this green pipe, as you can see on the footage, then this actually leads you to the secret exit in Walking Piranha Plants. And I believe this will actually not lead you to the next level, but it will actually lead you to another switch. In this case, the red switch. So, presumably, when we actually find ourselves a secret exit on, you know, the one with in the tower level, right? That, we usually just notice that we actually access to Rock Candy Mines -6. But we'll explain more to that level until the next video. Because we're actually going to go ahead and say now that I think we'll actually go into this level for one final time, just to actually get ourselves the secret exit. So, or in this case, no, not the secret exit, the normal exit this time. So, even though it just takes you just straight on. So, I think this is actually a great way to actually just to get ourselves a secret exit on this level, because there's one specific thing that we need to discuss, but we will save that up until later. So, yeah, that's all we can say about this here. And finally, though, is the fact that I don't know. I'm just getting confused until at this point right now. So anyway, so I guess there's not much else we can say about this video. Basically, it's just, you know, there's quite a lot of things to actually talk about, and we got a spare Flying Squirrel power-up, so... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Actually, one more thing we need to forgot about to tell you guys about something is that the Wii U system was almost 4 years old at the time, until when it gets to next month until now, which... I don't know what we're gonna do when it comes to when the Wii U was actually 4 years old in that time, but we'll most well have to plan this out until later. Or sometime in the future, anyway. And there we go, that concludes Walking Piranha Plants, and also that we're pretty much done with quite a few secret exits in this world, basically. Although, from what I've heard, it actually contains 2 secret exits in Rock Candy Mines. So, yeah. Do we get a notification? You've completed a course when in 100 seconds or less, meaning that you actually beat this level for under 100 seconds or less. So yeah, how about that? Alright, so, yeah, we're just gonna have to say now that I think we're actually gonna end things off here. So next time on Let's Play New Super Mario Bros. U for the Nintendo Wii U is the fact that we're actually end things off with Rock Candy Mines. Now, we're not going to the tower level just yet because we're gonna go for the perspective order. Is the fact that the next level we're about to be entering is Rock Candy Mines -6, which is known as Thrilling Spine Coaster. So see you guys then. Later, fellas.